I've actually consolidated many of these frequently asked questions that aspiring salespersons always have been asking me. Our license renewal period is going to be from 1st October to 30th September the following year. Now, within each renewal cycle, all salesperson will need to clock in at least 6 CPD hours. CPD stands for Continuing Professional Development, which are essentially short courses that helps to keep salespersons abreast of latest updates to upskill and upgrade our knowledge, etc. Now, each of these course is going to be about 2.5 to 3 hours in duration, and each course is going to earn us 2 CPD points. Now, we will need to have at least 4 CPD points from our professional competency, which is topics relating to real estate industry, and 2 CPD points from the generic competency elements, because we as salesperson will also need to have generic understanding of other topics such as like digital marketing, leadership skills, etc. Now, each of these courses, many of the training providers out there actually provides them, and they cost roughly around $40 to $50 each course. The renewal of license cost $283. You will also need to renew your professional indemnity insurance, costing approximately $100 to $150. You will be spending approximately another $150 to fulfill the CPD course requirements. In all, the cost of renewal per year will be there about $600. If you did not renew your license this year, you will need to do so the following year, because the timeline for us to renew our license is only 2 years, after which the license will be expired and you have to retake the real estate salesperson examination all over again. Now, in other words, each year, if you do not obtain 6 CPD hours, the following year, you would have to make up for the shortfall of it. So if this year, I did not go for any CPD courses, I will need to go for all of them the following year, which is at least 6 courses in all to clock in 12 CPD hours. Now, like I said, the renewal has to be done within the 2 years period, after which your license registration is going to be deemed as expired, and you will have to go for the course and examination all over again. There is no fixed sum because it largely depends on what kind of property you intend to focus on. And how much, of course, is your regular personal commitment as well. Now, as a general rule of thumb, if your focus is going to be on new launch property, then yes, your cost can actually be quite expensive, because it can actually range from $3,000 to infinity just to push your website to the first page of Google or Yahoo or any search engines out there. Now, for resale property, likely your marketing focus is going to be utilizing on some of these property portals out there, such as like Property Guru, The Edge Prop, SRX, etc. Now, for the usage of such portals, you do need to subscribe to their accounts in order to have credits for posting of such advertisements. Such platforms, the packages could be actually quite costly. For example, for Property Guru, the basic package starts from about $980 to even up to the most premium $12,000 per annum. Now, you select the rightful package according to your needs and your forecast, how many of such listings and reposting you will be requiring all in the year. Now, of course, as steep as the cost sounds, there are a lot of agents who come into the industry with really limited budget of all. Obviously, there will be all other ways for us to be reaching out to our customers as well, such as door knocking or maybe road shows. This one is going to cost us quite minimum cost, because a lot of efforts from your side and time you have to put in as well. But these are some of the ways which is free of charge, in short. So my suggestions to aspiring agents is to include your fixed monthly expenses and your personal commitment. And of course, depending on what you likely will be embarking on, or maybe decide on what you're interested to start off with, cost in some of this likely marketing budget as well. This should give you a very ballpark figure how much would be your startup capital that you would need, and how much money you probably need to have in order to sustain for the first few months, where you probably would be running around closing no sales yet, or maybe even if you have closed a sale, you may be waiting for commission to come in as well. To answer these questions, we then need to analyze the examination questions a little bit to see what they are interested to test and access all in all. Now, basically, in the examination itself, out of the 2 papers, each of them will be 2.5 hours each, and the format that they're testing on is the same. You would have 50 MCQ questions that is going to cost us 1 mark each, and 15 MCQ questions as well. That's going to cost us 2 marks each. Now, why 2 marks? Because these 15 MCQ questions are going to be asked around 1 or 2 case studies approach. In other words, what they are really interested to be testing you on is your ability, whether you can apply some of these key concepts and theories you learn in class in actual simulated scenarios. There are different levels of question asking techniques. There will be questions testing our ability to recall. Thus, this means there will be a certain amount of memory skills required. You will definitely be required to recall some of the key concepts and figures. The second level of question asking tests our ability to understand, whether we can understand the underlying principles of some of these key concepts, legislations, etc. The third level of question asking would be to test our ability to apply these concepts, principles, legislations, guidelines, and procedures into real-life situations. This is the most commonly used technique to assess adult learners. In this case, the questions will be largely scenario-based to test our ability to apply the right numbers, principles, and formulas to the stimulated situation. In order to improve our ability to recall, understand, and apply, I think there is a few approaches out there that we can think about. Now, first and foremost, we need to be able to understand some of these key concepts and theories. And one of the best ways to reinforce our understanding is to actually read intensively. So I always suggest aspiring salespersons, while you are preparing to join the industry, already start to read news articles, reporting, some of these analysis reports as well. That's going to help us, I would say, strengthen our fundamentals that you're going to need when you come into the industry. Now, of course, for adult learners, one of the most challenging thing always people tell me is that they are unable to memorize. So, of course, I think for adult learners especially, memory work can be challenging, especially many of us left school many years already. In short, I think we can help ourselves along. First and foremost, how to increase memory. Talk about it more often, right? So the more we talk about it, the more we don't have to actually memorize because it becomes part of us. Not only that, we also have techniques such as mind mapping to try to draw inference from one concept to another to see how all these things comes together in a whole framework. I think those techniques are actually helpful for us in terms of memory retention as well. Thirdly, I think also important, we should start to build for ourselves a community as well. This community is straightforwardly your classmates, people who are also aspiring salespeople. Better still, if you have got already industry players who are your friends, relatives, start talking to them, because the more we talk about it, the more we understand how certain concepts, theories are actually applied in real life case scenarios. Now, hopefully, we have answered all these important questions for aspiring salesperson out there like you. See you for the next video.